Pastor Ted and his wife were at the church when their house caught on fire. They were notified by the next-door neighbors that lived next to them, and by the time that they arrived there and the fire department got there, the house was just totally destroyed. Pastor and his wife, the next few days, spent time going through all of the ashes and the rubble of their destroyed house, and it just looked like everything was completely destroyed. But they looked just a little bit closer in one area, and they found a tiny porcelain rabbit that had been sitting on a stand in their living room. It was such a fragile little thing, and yet it survived the fire, and they were totally amazed. The next Sunday, that little porcelain rabbit was sitting on the pulpit, and as Pastor Ted began his sermon, his question was to the congregation was, "Why do you think this tiny little porcelain rabbit survived the fire and nothing else did?" And he said, "You know, it's because that little porcelain rabbit had been through the fire once before. You see, when you create something out of porcelain, then you put it in a very, very hot oven and you bake it for a certain amount of time. So that little porcelain rabbit had been through the fire before." In life, we sometimes go through fiery trials, and we don't understand why. And we don't understand if we can make it through those trials. But they can be a blessing to us if we will allow the Lord to work in our life. And if we will do as David did in Psalms 18:6, he said, "In my distress I called upon the Lord." We need to call upon the Lord during the times that we're going through trials, because God will make this trial a blessing, whatever that trial is that you might be going through. Even though it may be painful at the time, you can make it through, because Philippians 4:13 says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." So no matter what your trial is, call upon the Lord. Let it be a blessing. Let it draw you closer to the Lord. And remember, fire refines gold, and adversity refines man. Thank you.